personality and character. We've discussed that before. But when your identity is based on external things, according to your reasoning here, it actually doesn't make you happy because you don't really have an identity. It's based on a whole bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with you. Is that about right?
Yeah, I mean, and I just also would like to clarify that I'm not actually speaking specifically about this lady who I don't actually know anything about, whose slave ownership thing. Although in that case, it's like everybody, like all human beings, we all descend from common ancestors. We started as and are still one people. We then go back to the same. We go back to the same mammalian ancestor. We go back to the same reptile ancestor until we actually get to these dudes like in the pond that all the big creatures come from. So if you say there were slave owners, there were almost certainly slaves and slave owners, murderers, and the narrow survivors of family in my history. White people have been slaughtering the fuck out of each other for a really long time, and before they were white people, before they were black people, white people, Asian people, everyone was one African people, and those people were probably slaughtering the fuck out of each other. In fact, they definitely humans always have been and always have been killing each other. And while white folk have done some not proud shit in the last few hundred years, they've always done stuff as bad to each other as anybody else. Everyone did. So it's almost impossible that you as a living being can have slaves and slave owners in ancestry, whatever country. The chances are almost zero. So that's one thing to that's both. You've had dynasty, your ancestors have been slaves and had slaves. In the one person in a family of 20 not brutally murdered because he ran away, and also being there murdering whole family. Everyone's ancestors have done that. But with identity, it's like it's an important topic for me because it's something that I find the whole idea of identity politics and identity as a thing you can go and fight about really sort of paradoxical, because your identity, you speak in terms of your fingerprints, your ID number, your retina, the things that make you unique. Who you are, your personality is kind of an aspect of your identity. And there's kind of external, extrinsic things like your name will have an aspect of your identity, but the things that make you who you are have nothing to do with what you identify with outside of yourself. So this is a point. And Derek, you said in our chat about this, we must really unpack this and not like the whole topic. I'm going to talk for a few minutes. But,
so Sipiwe will tell us if we're getting boring here, but I think a lot of people are very, very interested in these definitions, and I think it will help so many people to kind of figure it out in their heads, like your comment made me think.
I think I even said it in that conversation we had, like a step or two, and like it even ties into kind of my spiritual beliefs, which I said I can unpack without making me vomit, because like identity is a form of narrative when it's external. Okay, so but I got to look at myself and say, okay, own up to this. I'm tattooed from everywhere to everywhere, and a lot of this stuff is things I'm about. I got like a Eric Cantona tattoo for Manchester United. I've got Queen Metallica tattoos. I've got tattoos about bands and cartoons and video games I'm into. And so you could argue like Lord is a Man United guy, a Metallica guy, or the Kombat cartoon guy. And like I've built an identity out of being into stuff. There's some Star Wars behind me. Hashtag don't like the movie. But these are things I'm into, and these are things where I find common ground with other people, and these are things that have like entertained me and kept me kind of interested and given me a sense of something to do and a little bit of purpose and a little bit of group belonging in my life. I don't see them as who I am. Similarly, like Blackie Chan is really into like lying on her one particular fluffy blanket that has to go in a particular box, but she's not that blanket and box because that's what she's into. So it's almost like to take an identity from elsewhere and go, okay, there's a group of people that hate this or love this or see each other as like left-handed, pro-seagull, lesbian, unite. You're taking a thing that exists without you, where I know that if I die, or rather if you went back and prevented me from being born, Manchester United's results would never have been any different and not one more or less goal would have been scored. And probably they'd have, if you take the £3 from the big £30 that a shirt costs that actually goes to the team, they'd be like £100 worse off over a lifetime. Metallica would have sold 9 less concert tickets and 14 less CDs, and they wouldn't even know about it. Not a single song would have been written differently, not a single goal would have been scored differently. If I decide that like I'm going to go be a white supremacist because I need to be white, like it wouldn't have, unless I was out off doing dark TV. If I just think all the time, I'm so white, but there's a white guy, but I'm white, there's a white guy, and there's another white guy. It's nothing to do with it. So here is a good way to put it. It's like, you are not your clothes. And then you go, well, you're talking about the oppression of my recent and long-term fellow left-handed lesbian seagull fans because, like, we've been through so much. It's like, yes, you collectively have, but not you. If you hadn't have been born, a cultural or ethnic group X would still have the same shit that they've been through, would still have done the horrible shit that they've done. The Spanish would still have a lot to answer for in terms of the Inquisition if one particular Spanish hadn't been born or had been born somewhere else in the world. Like, unless you, the actual dude that did some of the shit, like the main ringleader of the shit, it like Goebbels can have the identity of being a Nazi, but like the cool young German people I met when I was studying there a year and a half ago, they're not responsible for it by virtue of being there. So you are not your outfit. You can wear the suit, that you can wear the team kit as much as you want, but that doesn't make you the team. You can wear the hip-hop outfit as much as you want. It doesn't make you a rapper. You got to be doing something and participating in it. So now with social media, we sit with this extra degree of separation where we're passively watching people we identify with do life and then criticizing or praising them. So I have no money, I have never achieved anything, I've got no agency, no one cares, I'm not the boss of anyone, I can't direct anything, but I'm going to sit and shout at the screen about how Elon Musk should be doing things because he does matter. If I mattered, I'd do it differently, so do it differently, Elon. Like, now you're not even just standing as part of a group wearing the shirt and adding to the numbers of this collective identity that you're faceless in. Now you're doing it as if watching a TV show. You're going to get some people, and I imagine our beloved SCOWNEY might be one of these people that shouts at the horror movie, like, don't go up the stairs, don't go up the stairs, don't go up the stairs. You're shouting at the world from a screen that can't hear you. You're yelling at fucking Eric Ten Hag or Jurgen Klopp to put this player on and take that player off, but they can't hear you. So it's like, you honestly are stripping yourself of any real identity. And these forms of identity, and I will stop talking momentarily now. I'm getting to the end of this, but these forms of identity, if you take away how much it annoys me from an irony and a contradiction and hypocrisy perspective, and just how fucking dumb some people clearly are when they're out there. I am this shirt, this hat, this particular Pantone beige, and what happened to people 400 years ago that I've never met, but I've seen a very grainy photograph of. Even if these identity things are good and positive, I'm a healer, I'm a pro everyone, I'm an inclusive, I'm out to spread #love. By being a story in your own head, by being a narrative, you get away from the actual soul that you are. We take it as spiritual, or just take it as whatever this random scientific coincidence of consciousness is that comes from no God, nowhere, or take it as a religious thing where it comes from God, it comes from divinity. You are a conscious being inside of a meat body. That conscious being would be the same, as sacred, as aware, as awake, as conscious, if you had plonked it as an Australian white dude or an Asian lady or a Native American 700 years ago before white people came and fucked up the ecosystem. That person as a soul would be the same until they start breathing their clothes and start breathing their hats and start doing the team shit, and start doing their favorite band. And I am Metallica, fuck you, Megadeth. That's fine.
Because all of that stuff is added to you. It's like layers that people put on top of you, and some of it you're not even consciously taking on yourself. Other people are putting it on you. Like someone once said to me, you know, everybody who takes their religion very seriously, and there are lots of people who do, they have to realize, like, if they were just by a freak accident born in Saudi Arabia, their personal relationship with Jesus would not be what it is. They'd be Muslim. And if you were by freak born in Hindustan, you'd probably be a Hindu. And if you were born in Afghanistan, you'd be a Muslim. And if you were born in China, there's something going on.
Because there's like, I'm talking about like there's a separation between stuff that actually happened to you and stuff that didn't happen to you. So whatever oppression, whatever political disadvantage, whatever, will be part of your real experience. Now, I mean, ancestrally it becomes different, but like you will grow up with various privileges and rights, or not various privileges and rights, depending on where you are and what color you come out. But the idea is that the person you are sitting in the seat of consciousness, observing life, reacting to what happens outside, listening to these thoughts that are bouncing around in your head, that soul would be the same, that's who you are. And the circumstances that you drop that soul into would change its life experience, but that's your identity. So for me to say to you, I can get granular about what I'm into. I'm a word nerd, I'm a writer, I'm a creative, to use the term I hate. I'm a Manchester United fan, I'm a metal fan, I'm a hip-hop MC, I'm a drum and bass MC, I'm a metal bassist. I can give you 200 words of things that exist without my involvement. If I was never to have been born, still exist without having to create them. I just have done them. I also eat like quite a lot of lamb chops. I'm not a lamb chop because it's something I'm into. So the more of these things you pile on, the less
Let me ask you something.
the less it is your identity.
Okay, I think that's awesome, and Sanele said something true here. God is right. You're stripping yourself of identity and dignity. Imagine how stupid you look, zap signing a screen. We were talking earlier, Gordo, about Simpiwe found the story about people who are doing cow therapy, where you go and you pay $20 and you get to hug a cow for a couple of minutes, and then, you know, the poor old cow, I don't know if it knows what's going on, but the people who come away from cow therapy feel better about themselves. Maybe just because that soul that you're talking about gets to actually be itself, it gets to be vulnerable, it gets to be around another soul that doesn't judge, that actually doesn't know or doesn't care, but can just pretend, even if it is pretending, or really, if it is really, love you. And it's like people are just desperate for connection.
I cuddle a lot of cows. I usually use my mandibles to cuddle them. It's a gentle, it's sort of a firm but gentle massage. But yeah, like you get the same thing from animals, right? Animals don't generally have much of a sense of identity except that they love you, your dog, or fuck you, I'll hug you when I want to, and screw your feelings, Helen, your cat. But like, they don't care if they're just the little person that they are. So again, I'm not saying I'm not suddenly superior to and above being into shit, because I am into a lot of shit. But I know that those things exist without me, and I'm watching them and finding them entertaining, and I have strong opinions about the shit that's so comfortable to you. But for that to be who you are makes you not a thing, not a person, not an individual.
Listen,
there's a very small number of people that invent these things.
While we're on the animal thing, I just have to also say that if you follow Gord on Instagram, he's been posting the cutest animals. I didn't even know half these animals existed, dude. And they make little sounds. Have you seen this stuff, Simpiwe?
No, but I'm just saying, like, where is he finding these animals? Like, you got a zoo in your backyard?
I mean, they're not mine. I follow like a number of channels. You got to game the algorithm. You got to game. So gaming the algorithm. I've been telling the Instagram algorithm that not only like dismissing ads I don't like, and that thing is listening. I mean, it's not a controversy. We know it is. They open up the messages, but I say like hey buddy, nice new car. I'm stoked you got a new car. I'm thinking of getting a new car one day, maybe also. Then like just from saying this, you go, it's a new car in my future.
Yes.
So I've been dismissing ads for years. Literally, it's 5 years I've been dismissing ads, but I always dismiss as not relevant. So I have stripped Instagram of ideas. It's like every single thing ever, even if it is relevant, I'm just like not relevant. What happens when you reach the bottom of that is you get paid ads for bands, sometimes shockingly shit bands that have paid an ad for their little song, and you go like, obviously with a link to Spotify to follow them, and
Yeah.
individual influencers, like random people. Some of them are like, look, I'm pretty, and it's like I need more followers, and other ones are just like, it's just like Sharon from HR. She's like boosting a post about herself, and she's got like 700 followers, and you're like, why, Sharon? So that's what happens when it runs out of ideas. But I can't be a person that bitches and complains about social media while being on it, because that's also dumb and
Correct.
fucking ironic. But you need to take responsibility for your own algorithm. You need to unfollow or mute those people who you like in real life that you only. I've got one friend who I adore, but all she gives a fuck about is Palestine. And I mean, I know that it is on the white list in South Africa to solve the Palestinian issue. If not, I hope they hurry up. My opinion not. Like, white ladies in South Africa, can you get to the bottom of this? Declare a fucking a villain and a victor so that we can get your shit together. I love this person to pieces in real life, and but I can't bear them on social media. So you either got to unfollow these people or mute them. You take responsibility, because when that garbage of bad news, crap people, shit attitude gets to you, it's because you haven't curated your own feed, and it's like that thing, if left unmanaged, is gonna bombard you with idiocy, bullshit,
Yeah.
and sadness, and
How do
people
you-
and hating humanity. So I unfollow and mute those things, and I follow the fuck out of We Love Otters. I follow the fuck out of Wombatstagram. I follow like there's like 4 or 5 cute cat accounts, and then you'll follow 2 wombat accounts. So now you'll get endless wombat stuff, and some of it will be shit and like not very good. And then you unfollow those, and you follow the ones that are good, and then eventually I become a curator of really cute, squishy animals that other people get benefit out of my feed. I go through 10 average
That's
otter
enough.
posts so that I can share the cutest one with you. It's a pleasure. I
Love
love a
it.
cute animal. Fuck. Best.
I was watching your channel the other day, and you had there was some little animal. I've never seen anything like this before. It's almost like a rodent crossed with a cat, crossed with a soft toy, and
A
it makes these.
capybara.
And no, it makes these like mew mew noises. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It has a name.
Doesn't sound cute.
No, it's so everywhere. It's so goddamn cute. I wish I could find it. It was a couple of weeks ago, Gord, so I don't expect you to remember. But man, I looked at this
Yeah.
thing and I put it up on mine. I'm like, this is the sweetest looking little thing ever. It didn't even look like it was real. Like it was AI generated.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one you're talking about, because it sounds like a pretty solid descriptor for the like that. Those are the basic minimum requirements. You got to be cute, you got to be squishy, you got to make a squeaky noise. But what is it about? We understand that as like human beings have a love of baby animals. Like
Yeah.
anything when it's a baby, just about anything when it's a baby. Sorry, I'm getting a phone on mute. My bad. Anything when it's a baby is suddenly lovable and cute, even if it's terrifying and hardcore when it's older.
Yeah.
So my phone now won't unlock and won't let me put it on mute. But like, I also think it's probably not just humans.
So just quickly as a diversion from this, we'll get back to the squishy, cute animals in a second. Yesterday, Simpy, where my phone wouldn't switch off and it froze.
Oh,
I was
did
like,
you do
oh
a hard
god.
reboot?
So I tried that. So that's where you hold the button on the side, the plus button, and you hold them down for like 10 seconds, right?
Yes.
Never worked. So then I thought, well, okay, this has happened once before, and then I was still able to use the screen. So I went into settings and went to shut down, and then it shut down and it rebooted and it was fine. But yesterday I was stuck and I was like, oh god, I've got like 60% battery. I'm not gonna have to wait for the battery to run out because it wouldn't do anything that I asked it to. It was totally frozen. So I thought,
Uh,
oh god,
it's weird.
you don't have.
It ties to my dream last night. My dream last night, I was in some sort of shopping center that was also like a teenage nightclub, Joel. So like a restaurants and shops and stuff. But also me and my homies are out on like Santon City Saturday night, and I had an old for some reason I had an old Nokia phone, and you have to like tap 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 tap. You know, like press like 3 times to get to R. And
Yeah.
I was looking after my friend Candace. I don't know why she was my responsibility, but it's like get her home safely. And I had my girlfriend with me, and I lost both of them. And my phone, I couldn't text accurately. No matter how I tried, I couldn't call up their
Oh,
names to phone them because I would try go like for Candace, I'd like go ABC and then accidentally
oh,
press again and go back to A. And I would like write Candace, but I'd get one letter wrong and it wouldn't find. And this was like I was screaming with
oh.
frustration
I've
because
had
I
these
like
dreams.
couldn't text. I couldn't
So,
call up their name.
to go back to the phone quickly, do you know how I eventually got it reset?
Did you shout at it?
I did. I did. I used Siri. So I said, "Hey Siri," and then it went like this, and I said, "Shut down," and then it came up with this thing on the screen that, there we go, until next time, and shut down. I was like, man, that's awesome. So I can actually, next time it freezes, this could be a tip for anyone who has the same problem. I also have those frustrating dreams, by the way, Gord, where you can't type or you can't open a door
Yeah.
or you try to hit someone, but you just don't connect. You know, like those kinds of dreams are so goddamn irritating. And I don't know what they mean because there'll be weird people who tell you that dreams mean something. Probably doesn't. But it's the worst kind of dream. By the way, the animal that we were looking for, Ryan says, the animal we're looking for is called a quokka. That's what it is.
They throw their young at predators as an escape tactic. So if a quokka has got baby quokkas, they will chuck babies at the predator as a diversion and get away. That's like how's that for? I just quickly ruined quokkas for you.
Yeah, I thought they were so nice, and now I think they're horrible.
I don't want to get this wrong, so it's like Google fact check me, but I believe that they're like Australian or they're from that area of like the Pacific Ocean, and they like live on some of the smaller islands or somewhere on Australia, and they like don't have natural predators, so they just let you cuddle them. They're just like, hey, big creature, you must have no ill intention.
And they always look really, really smiley and happy. But they're
Yeah,
very cute.
but then if you actually do like threaten one and it's got babies, it'll chuck you a baby to get in order to escape, which I think is probably quite a good survival technique. It's like I can
It's
have more
horrible.
babies.
It's horrible. I mean,
It's absolutely like,
I am
isn't
a
it
fully
supposed to be the
formed
other way around?
I am a fully formed breeding adult. I've got 9 babies that I've got to look after here. You probably only want 1 or 2 of them. Have these to get away. It's a great idea. It's like, if you're getting chased by a lion, you don't have to be faster than the lion. You just have to be faster than its own pony. Like the best, survive a lion attack, you need to learn a good knee kick for the ultimate.
just a quickie.
Yeah,
Carl says, I love how Gord just randomly drops in that he has a girlfriend now. Have you got a new girlfriend?
yeah, I wasn't actually like kind of consciously dropping it in for any strategic reason. It just formed part of my story. I do. I've been dating a very magical lady for a few months now.
Very good, Gordo. Very good. And somebody also complimented you on your latest kids book. Steph says, Gord, I just ordered your second book for my daughter. Looking forward to reading it together.
Oh, I'm so stoked. Thank you very much. I try not to plug the books too hard, but we didn't actually have much of a plug party for the second book. Garrett's feedback on it was quite short. But yeah, when I launched my first book, I had like a build up amongst my own friends and family. So like the first 2 days of launching, I sold a whole bunch of them because people were like waiting to buy it. But the biggest sales spike we had was when I came on to Garrett Crypto and spoke about it in 4 days, and then we sold like a few hundred copies just in a day or two because of the PCS listings, and I really appreciate that. So if you like the first book or if you haven't checked it out, like it really does help. I'm a small business that costs me a great deal of money, so there's no profit in it for me. Hop on to turtlebirdbooks.com. There you can buy it in South Africa either in the book, the first one or the second one or both. And you can also get them from Amazon everywhere in the world. It's the easiest way to find them. Everything is on turtlebirdbooks.com. And please do check it out. It's still my dream of what I want to do when I'm dead. I wanted to release these kids books like every 2 or 3 months. But the reality is marketing them, trying to recoup some of your costs for releasing them takes longer than so. I've got 2 out, and by now I wish I had 10 if I just sold more of them. Another thing is like just on the point of kids books, it sort of speaks to a broader point that other people can probably relate to. It's fucking difficult, and if anyone can help me with this, seriously, please, gore.goreslaws.co. I cannot get onto the system with any of the major book dealers in South Africa. I'm going to call out a few of the books because I don't have any problem with the record label saying, hey, we heard your CD, your band's rubbish, we don't want to sign you. But never responding to we've even received it. Like, I cannot get a book to them. No one will answer my emails. But the thing is this, they have sold my book, sold out, ordered more, sold out, and tried to order more. They just won't buy them from me. And the reason is because I'm not on the system.
Well,
so and Wordsworth books, it's the same. The Story books, it's the same. They all have this system.
Like, I've had enough of people who just don't get back to me. Like, whether it's professional or personal, and this is such an ongoing irritation to me. It's like, even if you tell me, as you just said about the band and the record company, like if you think I'm shit, or you're irritated by me, or you don't want to deal with me, just reply to me and say, hey, listen, not interested. I'm not going to be
there's nowhere. You can't reach people. So it's like there's layers of somewhere there's specific nature. A lady or somebody inside you will or won't stop. The book needs to be fine, and ISBN needs to be issued. They say like this. I am fully compliant. Now there is a company, and I will name them because they're like a woman called, I won't say her first name, but the company's called Willow Trading. They're a book distributor. They are on the system with all of these bookstores. We then got a deal where I gave her a bunch of my books. I got them almost no money, but literally enough to pay for the printing for them, so that she could put a markup on it and sell them to the store that puts a markup on it. Much better for the store to buy it from me. I'll give it to you for cheaper and I'll make more money. This lady's on the system. She sent my books to every branch of exclusive books. They sold out. They bought more. And the other bookstores. I can't myself. So I even went to work with books. She goes, look, you've sold it before. You're trying to order more. I'm not dealing with this woman because she's never paid. It took me a year and a half to get some of my money. But it's still open. Bad business practice. But they're on the system. The last old white 70-year-old company that could add someone to the system died 2 decades ago. And now if you're on the system, you're on it. And if you're not on the system, you never can get on the system. Like, please, can someone just put me in touch with somebody from these bookstores that has
I want to read this to you because I thought this was such an awesome comment. Someone said this on Twitter the other day on X. Instead of ghosting me, just simply say, I don't think I can keep up with your astounding wit or alcohol tolerance, but thank you for the exclusive opportunity to try. Just tell people what's going on. Like there's this cowardly thing that goes on, and it's especially true in like a post-COVID world where people just avoid each other and they ghost each other instead of just telling the truth. Like just reply, even if your reply is "fuck you, I never want to talk to you again." Just reply, and at least we all know where we stand with you, and you're not some weak, lily-livered, spineless, ballless, gormless person who can't even type a reply to an email. Like, hey, I need this thing by Thursday. No, fuck you, I can't do it by Thursday. Great.
I'm really serious when I say, like, if anyone here knows somebody at Exclusives who maybe can make a decision and like reply, put me in touch, please, because they do want my book. They've tried to order it a third time. They just can't order it. They won't order it from me. People trying to order it from me via the connected with me. Yeah, they do.
All right. So Cook says, I'm the same as Garrett. I don't understand people not replying. I've got a client who owes me 4,000 rand. She just ghosts me. I've offered to make payment plans, etc. Still no response, not a peep. What is this thing where people are just afraid to even reply?
But see, there at least there's an understandable reason. The person knows that they're in the wrong. They know that they've got something to answer for. Like, it's not good, but you can see what the crime being committed is. Just not answering you when you're not even sure you have the right email address.
Borrow their money.
should just not say, look, thank you for your interest, we'll get back to you, or thank you, I've received your mail, we'll
They'll
follow
never
up,
come
or
back.
thank you, but no thank you, we're full right now.
I'll be
It's
back
Right.
for
different.
more.
Like that, I cannot tell you why she or he are ghosting you because they owe you money. So I'm not saying it's right, but it makes sense.
No, God, there's no make sense here. Let me tell you why. Because I bet you, if you had to read up their conversation, the customer at the time was like, "I need this now. When can you get this by?"
Oh,
They're
yeah.
busy like
Oh,
blowing
yeah.
up your phone until they've gotten the products or whatever it is, right? And
Oh,
so
yeah.
now afterwards, they're just like, "Oh no, like it's just 4,000 rand." The simplest thing you can say is, "I haven't gotten paid. Give me 2 more weeks or whatever." It's easy to reply, especially when it's a very like, "Oh, I have your numbers. We're on WhatsApp." I'm not saying, that it's bad
Yeah, no,
enough that you
it's
can't pay,
it's a good
but you
point.
can always reply and say, "Hey, can I pay you when I get paid on the
Yeah,
20th?"
no, I'm not saying like it's right. I'm just saying it makes sense. Like if a lady that you or a man that you went on a great date with just suddenly stops like replying to you, then it's like, why are you not replying to me? You're left with this like this person's not replying to you because they owe you money and they know it. But like that's still wrong to do. That's not really ghosting so much as it is like broke ass dickhead behavior.
I think there's something so weak about not just getting back to someone and telling them, just telling them how you feel, what you actually think of them. I mean, it's going to hurt their feelings for a couple of seconds, but at least then after that they can make plans to move on with their life. I mean, for
Because of
example,
this bloody internet malarkey, Garrett, it makes having a relationship much too easy. In our time, you not only hand wrote your letter and then carried it yourself to the bloody post box, you took time. You had personal stationery, and it took a day or two. You would compile a beautiful essay because this was the opportunity to speak to the outside world. The rest of the time, you were on your phone. Now you can just answer or not answer. It's fast food where it used to be gourmet when we were youngsters back in the golden days.
Gordo, just tell me, do you still write? I mean, do you write really florid, beautiful emails to people and make an effort with? Because you're a writer, and I know that so much stuff just has to be done, right? So you really put together utilitarian emails, I'm sure, like everybody. But do you occasionally sit there and craft something that's truly lovely and make an absolute effort with somebody, if it's an email or a handwritten letter? I don't know if you still do those. Do you ever get to write like that, just in course of personal correspondence?
I try with work stuff to be more concise than I am otherwise. Otherwise I write like a book on the phone, just like a proper essay whether you want one or not. But I try to add like one or two little things into a mail that like personalize it, so it's not all like hi there with regard to our previous mail. Like I try not to make it too sort of impersonal. I try to throw in like one sentence will either resonate with the person, with the people I know that are out there, or that kind of gives me a bit of personality and that makes it less generic. But what I do in a work situation sometimes, and this irritates me, is when I know people haven't read my mail because it's too long. Now we're not talking about 14 pages, we're talking about half a page. But I go to great lengths to make sure that this thing is unfucking idiotable. Like, you can't misunderstand it. It has all the information. Because I hate getting a vague request or referring to something. Well, we had a meeting 3 months ago about a thing, so you must remember everything that was spoken there. So I like write a very thorough mail. And I know and again, I'm not talking 8,000 words, I'm talking 500 words. And it covers everything. So the context, the background, what we need to do, and then the key points. People don't read it because they look at it and say, too long winded. So I sometimes probably overwrite the email, but fuck it thorough, because I would much rather have a slightly too long mail that covers combined with really covers everything than a vague one that's short and you're like, okay, now I've got to go and do some research to figure out what the fuck you're talking about. But yeah, they're not designed to be entertaining. They're designed to be
And
informative.
a lot of those emails, I have a system where I try to reply to everything within 24 hours. And even if it's just to say, listen, this is one of those things I'm going to need to take a little bit longer for, but it's in my inbox. I will deal with it. I'll get back to you next week. I hate, maybe it's because I'm extremely fastidious and conscientious about things like this. I love having an empty inbox on a Friday. I'm looking at mine now. Got email.
Empty inbox or an empty inbox?
Empty inbox. I'm looking at it now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 emails that I have to reply to before I can close my inbox. And I've managed to keep up to date. So even last night at 11 o'clock, I was replying to some so that I could get them out of the way. And I clear out every Friday. It's empty, so I can start the week with a brand new one on Monday. It's a little bit too control freak for some people.
Yeah, I used to try and keep. I've got like a Gmail that's all my personal stuff, and then I have work email addresses for work stuff. But I used to try and like get rid of the Gmail, and then like if it was 7, 8 inboxes would like annoy me. But now, and I kind of decided to let go, and leave that shit. But I now have like 1,000 of unread, unopened mails. But like that, once every 2 or 3 months, I go through there and like, okay, then go in contact with this SME, and then select all, and then mark it red, and like 250, and there's a few other things standing, and then you're left with like 200 mails you've got to go through, and file that for the account, file that for the account, for the account, and you're like, oh shit, I'm missing mails or something else. But like, life's too short to stay on top of that shit, so you just gotta work to come first.
Not with work email. Like,
No, not with work email.
I make sure I see all my emails. The only difference with Gareth and I is that I'll read an email the first time around and then mark it as unread if I need to go back to it, so that I know that so I have like a few unread, but all of them have been read, and I know I just need to reply to it again, or this is going to take longer, this is something that needs a week or two. That's it. When it comes to work emails, no, you gotta know what's going on.
Also, like, I find I'm just bad at keeping track of stuff if I'm doing anything. So if I come back to this, I won't, and I'll feel bad. So I just can deal with it right away. That's why for me, like, when emails and interaction, I'm really working with someone else, and I'm like, fuck, why now? You know, like, I'm in the middle of something.
I have lists of everything. So I make lists every single day. I've got a to-do list, and I write at the top, to-do list, and then I put the date, and then I have all the things, and as I go through them in the day, I cross them. And if anything gets left over at the end of it, it goes into the next day as number 1. And it's a system. I don't think everybody should have to have the same system. I mean, some people that would drive them crazy, right? There are those people who, they look like their lives are chaos. Everything's messy around them, but they're actually very organized. I don't know how those people get it right, but I respect them nonetheless. And there are also those people in life who I marvel at these guys. It's like these people who you can ask them to do something once. You only have to ask them once, and it gets done. No matter what, they'll make sure that it's done. I love people like that. I just want to say, if you're one of those people this morning and you're listening to us going, that's me, God bless you. You are just spectacular. We need just hundreds of you, but we can get rid of everybody else.
Everyone's going to do attribution phenomenon. I don't know what it's called, attribution theory or attribution principle. It's psychology where you attribute positive things to yourself. So when someone will say on the internet, like, smart people will get this and dumb people don't get it, 100% of everyone goes, that's me. But meanwhile, more than half of humans are dumb. The people above average massively are far. It's not like 50% of people are above average and 50% of people are below average. Most people are below average, and you've got outliers who are way above average. So like the majority of people are a bit better. The majority of people are a bit below. Like every 100% of people will go like, so the world's full of such idiots. Most people are so dumb, and 100% of people go, yeah, they are. People are so terrible at fucking driving. People just drive better, the world is worse than 100% of drivers coming out and relax. While you're busy following the car in front of you into the middle of the road intersection where there's no space on the other side for you, but you go anyway and create the reason the next generation of clean robot can't go. And you sit there while everyone seems to meet you and go, you're right, Gareth, those people are such tough drivers.
Oh, now that you brought up driving, so this morning, as I was driving into the studio, I'm on the highway, I'm like driving at 100, minding my business, and the taxi in front of me decides, no, I don't want to be in the middle lane anymore. I want to hog up 2 lanes. So he's basically in the middle of the middle lane and the fast lane, and he's like, this is where I'm going to drive for the next like 5 kilometers, in the middle of the lane. And I was like, only in South Africa. Like, only in South Africa would we see this in the morning. And I'm like, yeah.
Hard not to take it first. You have to let go and let God. You have to be like, this is not about me. This person is not trying to like do a verse to me. They're just doing a verse for stuff. Like, it's not about you. Unfortunately, this terrible war that is terrible in Israel and the Gaza Strip is not about you, Cheryl. It's not. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Like, and your opinion about it's not going to change anything. That taxi, he wants to be a puss, and he's succeeding, and you just happen to be at the right place.
Well, you were a puss this morning to Anthea. She says, "Oh my God, I've missed you, Gord, but thanks for ruining quackers for me." So she's unhappy
Sorry,
with you.
Anthea. Hey, it's Anthea. It's the same Anthea Friedman I know. She's over there. I haven't spoken to her for ages.
That's because you
Unless
don't.
it's
You don't
total
reply.
coincidence. Total coincidence could be somebody with just the same name. But it's Anthea.
She's stuck there in your email. You just never got back to her because you're only at the end of the year when you clear out your inbox. Sanela, though, disagrees. He says, you haven't ruined quackers. I never knew about them, but I love them more after Gord dropped that intel about them throwing their babies at predators.
My lady friend and my girlfriend and I, we all doing like a go look at the various freezing cold but beautiful beaches around. I'm trying to think Maiden's Cove. There's always little beaches around this area where the water is like 7 degrees, but it's really pretty. And they have there's ones with like, I can't remember which one it is, right? Like I think it's Maiden's Cove, but there's big rocks and there's Datsies on the rocks. And I'm like, fuck, Datsies on the Datsies are so cute, and we under-celebrate them in South Africa because they're so cute and they're so fluffy and they got like big round bums. They look a lot like quackers. They're amazing. And I'm like, why haven't you domesticated these? You just gotta catch a baby one, raise it in captivity, then do the same with a few others, and then breed those, and eventually you'll have currents and all have a Dutchie.
What a race.
Turns out that they excrete some foul-smelling liquid as like a defense mechanism. And so that's why you can't have a pet Dutchie. But we have Dutchies in South Africa, wombats are especially cute, otters are incredibly cute, quackers are quite cute, but the whole baby murdering thing is a bit weird. We talked about many posts few things are alive. Much more interesting than a 51-year-old Afrikaans woman opinion on these biggies and these baddies in the war in Africa.
I agree. I agree.
Or whether it's Ukraine or Palestine or whatever. It's like, had you never been born, this would be exactly the same. Not one more or less people.
So do me a favor, keep posting the cute things. I also will encourage anybody who hasn't already to go to turtlebirdbooks.com to get Gord's latest children's book. And if you have any intel on how to get him into that system with these old women whose exclusive books seem to have total control over them, then you can get hold of him there. Simpiwe, what are you going to do with your girlfriend? Drink mocktails and cocktails all weekend?
Yes, I've not had a strong drink in a few weeks, so that's what I want to get up to. I want to relax, sit back, and just, exactly what I plan on doing.
Brilliant.
UGC, what are you getting up to this weekend? Are you gallivanting? Are you off somewhere fancy?
No, I'm not going anywhere fancy. I'm going away with family to some place in the wild. Just going to do some hikes and like outdoorsy stuff, which I haven't done for years. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be very, very healthy and good for me generally.
Quick question, Gareth, because I've gone hiking a few times now. What kind of hiker are you? Are you the type that's like, paddling very fast and you're like, we need to be done with this like 10 kilometer, like 45 minutes? Because I've gone on hiking trips with a few friends like that. I was like, oh, you took the wrong person.
No,
wrong one.
I will. It's like slow walks on a slight gradient. I'm not going up mountains like this. Not a chance. And I'm not going to run. There's no way that's going to happen.
I would encourage, because when it's a walk, then it's like I understand the scenic pleasure, but jogging is really running away from nothing, from where you are to where you already are. It's like, hey, bro, where are you going? I'm going to here. But what do you mean if you're going to there? Well, I'm going here. Okay, I'm gonna just go the long way to where I already am. Anyway, no, I'm not trying to diss joggers. It's fun and it's fitness and all of that. But it is a little bit weird, like fleeing an imaginary predator to get to where you already are. At least hiking, you're going somewhere. I just want to finish with saying I encourage everybody, young and old, regardless of ethnicity. Like I know this might feel like old white people thing. It's a whole generation old for me. But just because we don't play out with music anymore, and we don't have the music gap in the beginning and the end and the middle. Just play Boston's More Than a Feeling. Just put that on. Like, start doing it now if it's safe to do so in traffic. Get your Spotify out and start Bostoning. That you need that song in your life today. If we could play out with it, we would. But just do it. Just don't even question it. Just play it. Even if it's to know that you hate it. And Gord had a crap suggestion. Boston's More Than a Feeling is what you need
All
for
right.
today.
There we go. Some solid advice. All right, Gordon, thanks for standing in at the last minute for us this morning. Have an awesome weekend, everybody. We will see you on Monday.
We are enablers.
Shut up. Fuck. I think it's my last one. I'm also making a long one. Fuck off. Could it be a short one? Nope. push in there. That's the last one. driver rating down the drain. One more token. He's fucked off. Oh, it's gonna be tough. That's the end of this joint. Group 4. It's okay, I don't mind. D for life, baby. D for life. This is Nations Cup, so I don't know who gets full course. 3 times tire away. So grab ourselves a group 4 car. Set up a race. Oh, let's open a couple of gifts first. Money, money, money. $6 million. No, wrong button. $30,000. How lovely. Yippee! I already have coloring grounds for you. Wonderful. And last one, check. Excellent. Yeah, you put it with the others. Yeah. 30,000, how generous. I was thinking the Suzuki, but let's see. If you don't know what Line is the oldest safety matches brand we have all over in South Africa. It's like an ancient trademark. They do other products too. Okay, let's go to Praktas. How many laps was it? Fuck. Let's do this. It's not something good. Or so I'll practice with, or later I'll practice with another car. I feel like some off-road or rallycross. Let's see what my Toyota Corolla. It's PPs. You have to have dirt tires on for rallycross. Rallycross. Like 10 laps. 16 cars. Super start. Rail. Let's have the same car. So I don't think it's unfair then. Bomb. I like to see random cars, but then I think my car's too fast for this. Oh. Right. Go. Oh no! Oh no! Well, burning my fingers after all of this controller. Excellent. kids. What does the little icon over there mean? I don't have a clue. What does the little icon mean? It's over there, it's over there. Why is marker not everywhere? Let's go back to the garage and go to some big willow springs or something. Garage. I was thinking that I should go 1/3 for this car. It's so fun with cars. They go one lap for Fisherman's Ranch. I might not win. I'm supposed to be lost. Okay. Let's go ahead. Whoa! Did I go over that corner? I did that. What the fuck is happening? Hey, hey. I'm just scared the game freezes, so I'm just gonna take a snapshot there. And then see what they're gonna offer. I can do that one. Please don't fucking freeze on me now. Fuck. I should have taken a snapshot. Because now the game has to be restarted, the stream as well, and I lose the progress. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna move along to Rocket League, play some balls. I'll move over the stream to some Rocket League. Thank you for watching.